Hello everyone. So today we will learn a new chapter in English language, that is chapter number 20, sentences. A sentence is a group of words that expresses a complete thought. It is an independent clause that contains a subject and a verb. A sentence has two parts, a subject and a predicate. Now what is a subject? A subject is the person or thing that is doing an action, or the person or thing that is the focus of the sentence. What is a predicate? The predicate of the sentence is the part that contains the action. For example, the man from the shop is a monster. Here, the subject is the man from the shop and the predicate is a monster. One more example is there. He stole my bike last week. He here is the subject and rest of the sentence that contains the verb is known as predicate. So basically what we have learned that the sentence is divided into two parts. The first one is subject, which contains the noun or the subject, and the second part, that is predicate, which includes or contains the verb in it. So now let's move further and see what are the types of the sentence. Based on their meaning, sentences can be of four types: assertive, interrogative, exclamatory and imperative. Now let's talk about them one by one. So the first one is assertive sentences. Assertive sentences make a statement. They can be positive or negative. The sentences end with a full stop. A sentence that states or declares something is called an assertive or declarative sentence. For example, there is a huge swimming pool at my school. My father gave me a set of Noddy's comics. So here you are getting an information. That's why these type of sentences are known as assertive sentences. Now let's move further and see the next type, that is interrogative sentences. Now what are they? Interrogative sentences are used to ask questions. A sentence in which a question is asked is called an interrogative sentence. It always ends with a question mark. For example, how far is the airport from the railway station? What are the ingredients of this dish? You can see that these two examples are ending with a question mark, and here we are asking about something in these sentences. Now next we have imperative sentences. What are they? A sentence through which an order is given or a request is made or a suggestion or advice is given, called in imperative sentences. These are used to express or to give a command, make a request or extend an invitation. For example, may I borrow your notebook for a day? Throw the garbage in the dustbin. Here we are either making a request or we are making or giving an order. Now the last type of the sentence is exclamatory sentences. What are they? A sentence that expresses the feeling of joy, sorrow, surprise, wonder, applause or contempt is called an exclamatory sentences. Basically, these sentences are used to express strong emotions. These sentences end with an exclamation mark. For example, how cold it is today. Oh, we lose it. So, by looking at these four kinds of sentences, you might be able to figure out that there are sentences which can be assertive, interrogative, imperative or exclamatory kind. So, next we have another topic in this chapter, that is another category of sentences. These include simple, compound, complex and complex compound sentences. Now let's see what are these. The first one is simple sentence. Basically, it contains a subject and a predicate and it expresses a complete thought. For example, the boys went to the park. It is as simple as you can speak a general sentence, just like assertive sentence. These simple sentences are here and they are independent clause. You can see a simple sentence is also called an independent clause. Now next we have compound sentences. A compound sentence has at least two independent clauses. For example, I drink green tea but they drink coffee. You can see that there is a joining word but in between these two independent clauses. These two independent clauses can stand alone as a sentence. So, this is the formation of a compound sentence where two independent clauses can be joined by using a conjunction or a conjoining word. So, next we have complex sentences. What are they? A complex sentence has an independent clause and at least one dependent clause. When the cake is brown, take it out the oven. Here you can see that take it out the oven is an independent clause, whereas when the cake is brown is itself an incomplete or dependent clause which cannot stand alone as a sentence, whereas the other part or the other portion of the sentence can stand alone as a sentence. Sometimes a comma is used to separate the clauses. So this is complex sentence. Next we have compound complex sentences. What are they? Compound complex sentences are made from two independent clauses and one or more dependent clauses. For example, although I like to go camping, I haven't had the time to go lately, and I haven't found anyone to go with. Here you can see that there are two independent clauses with one dependent clause, which makes this sentence a compound complex sentence. You can see that we have I haven't had the time to go lately and I haven't found anyone to go with are two independent clauses with a dependent clause, although I like to go camping. So this is the formation of compound complex sentences. I hope that this chapter is clear to you. And still, if you have any doubt, you can comment below and ask me any question. Thank you, students.